Greg, may I ask you to leave work early?
Why?
Because me and Alice both have terrible fevers. I need you to take me to the hospital. My head is pounding, my body is dizzy. I'm in no condition to move around with Alice in my arms.
Are you okay? But I can't come home early.
Huh? Why not?
I'm going on an overseas trip with my mom as soon as I finish work.
Huh? What are you talking about all of a sudden? When did you make such a plan?
Actually, I've been planning this with my mom for a while without telling you. After Alice was born, we were restricted from going out, and it was getting stressful.
What?
I told my mom. She said, well, let's go on an overseas trip to relieve the stress, and I agreed.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you were stressed out?
Well, you've been spending all your time on Alice. She wakes me up several times a night with her crying. I can't even go out anywhere on my days off. What the hell is my life? It's nothing but stress, isn't it?
How can you say that when you've just had a baby? I think every family with a little baby is the same. Isn't it your daughter too? Raising a daughter is both a parental responsibility and a pleasure. Don't you think so?
No, not that my daughter isn't lovely, but...
Then don't go on an overseas trip and come home soon. Alice has a high fever. Aren't you worried? If she gets a virus, she'll be in trouble.
Are you...
What?
You're not asking me to come home early because you want my attention, are you?
Huh? Of course not.
Don't lie to me that you and our baby have a high fever.
What? Lie? I'm in so much pain and you think I'm lying?
All you want is my attention. You are such a pain in the ass. I'm going on a trip to France with my mother. Don't you dare try to push me and my mother around with your own selfishness.
I can't believe you. You'd leave your wife and child suffering from high fever? If anything happens to this child, I'll hate you for the rest of my life.
How could anything happen to her? You're lying anyway.
How can I lie in a situation like this?
Yes, you are. You're feeling like a princess, aren't you? I'm not your servant. Why should I leave work early and take you to the hospital? Anyway, I have to head to the airport after work. I'll be gone for a while.
Greg, wait! Teresa, I changed the locks on our house. You did that, mother-in-law? What does it mean? I don't believe you and Alice had a high fever. I heard you lied to Greg. I didn't lie. She's still breathing heavily and her face is bright red. I need to put her to bed quickly. Yeah, right. You were out of the house. If she has a high fever, there's no way she could go out alone with you. I was at the hospital. I asked Greg to leave early. He refused, saying he couldn't because he and you were going on a trip to France. That's right. I heard that from Greg, so I stopped by before I left. I didn't realize you were going out. Because Alice and I had no choice but to go to the hospital together. We don't need such a fake person in our house. When I get back from my trip, Greg and I will live in that house alone. You guys will have to leave. What? I barely made it to the doctor's office with a high fever. What do you mean? How dare you lie about both of you having a high fever? You're not a good wife, no matter how much you want Greg's attention. I can't entrust my son to a wife like that. From now on, I will live with him and take care of my son. So get out of that house. I barely made it to the hospital. I was so dizzy. How can you treat me so terribly? You know what? Greg and I are leaving for France. Can you please stop bothering me and pretending to be sick? It's very annoying. How can you two go on an overseas trip just like that? Oh my, that's coming from someone who is constantly stressing out my son. You only take care of Alice. I heard that you're not taking care of Greg at all. Huh? My son was sad. He said he doesn't feel like the house is worth living in. He said he's getting more and more stressed day by day. Huh? A mother is supposed to take care of her baby, right? Even you have raised a child, so you should understand. I did housework every day while taking care of Alice. I also cooked Greg's meals. I even had normal conversations with him. You were just doing it for yourself, weren't you? Greg was just an afterthought. How can you say that without even having been there? Because Greg said so. I believe what my son says. I feel sorry for him. You don't believe me at all. Of course not. How can I trust someone who tells such outrageous lies? I see. Okay then.
Mom told me what happened. I heard you got kicked out of the house. Well, I guess it can't be helped. You better be sorry you lied to me.
You two. What a pair. I can't believe you two. Traveling abroad in a situation like this.
I'm about to arrive at the airport. I'm leaving for France with my mom. Make sure you're sorry by the time I get back. Your reflection will determine if you get to come home or not.
What is that? What do you want me to be sorry for? I gave birth to a beautiful daughter with you. I've been raising Alice and doing my best to take care of the house every day. But, you know, we're only human. We all get sick at times. When Alice and I were both suffering from a high fever, instead of helping us, you called us liars and kicked us out of the house. I can't believe you.
You don't have to act like that. We know you lied to us and went out with Alice.
I barely made it to the hospital.
If that's true, then you're fine, aren't you? It's nothing to make a big deal about. So I'm gonna go enjoy France with my mom. I'm going to give you some time to reflect. You'd better change your mind by the time I get back, okay? In my house, I'm first, Mom is second, and you're last. You're in no position to complain to me.
Then don't ever come back.
What? You're going to say that?
I'm not going to take care of lousy people like you and your mom.
You're not so tough, so don't act like it. Hey, you're feeling sorry now, huh? I'm having the best time of my life right now. You're still sitting around the house, aren't you? I'm in front of the Eiffel Tower right now. I knew it. France is the best. You don't know what it's like to spend your days like this, do you?
You're a real nice guy. Don't worry, I'm having a great time too.
Huh? You mean you're glad I'm not there?
Well, you can think of it that way. I don't think you have to come back for the rest of your life.
What, are you being mouthy? Don't think I'm going to let you get away with this. I'll punish you even more when I get back, remember that? Hey, Teresa! Teresa! What's this all about? I know you're there. Answer the phone.
Huh? What's wrong?
What's wrong? What's wrong? I can't open the front door. Mom changed the locks and left the country so you wouldn't have been able to get in the house. And yet, what's this all about?
Oh, that house? I have a lot of feelings for it, and I was very torn, but I decided to take the plunge and rent it out.
What? What do you mean? Don't be selfish.
Me? Selfish? You and your mom are the ones who are selfish, aren't you?
Don't be silly.
I think I've explained it to you many times before, haven't I?
What?
I inherited that house from my late father. Of course, the house is in my name. What I do with the house, as the owner, is my business, right?
What? I thought you changed the name of the house to mine.
Why?
Because you married me. I'm the head of the family, right?
The head of the family has nothing to do with the owner of the house. It's a special house that I inherited from my father. It's only natural that I should protect it, right?
No way. I thought it was in my name.
There is no way I would give you my father's precious house. I was right to do so. So I'm not letting you in that house anymore.
You're lying, right?
I'm not lying, because you can't actually use the key, can you? I had to rush to get the work done to make the house a rental.
Wait a minute. What did you do with my stuff that was in the house?
Oh, I threw it in a storage place. You better get it out of there ASAP. They'll get rid of it after a week.
How could you be so selfish?
I told you, you don't have to come back.
Huh?
You should have stayed in France with your mom.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. Mother-in-law first, wife second. You kicked me and Alice out of the house when she developed a high fever. I can't live with you, who travels abroad with his mother when his family needs him.
What are you talking about?
I'm divorcing you.
Wait a minute. I didn't say I'd divorce you just because you lied to me. I kicked you out of the house because I wanted you to be sorry. Of course I was going to forgive you when I got back from my trip.
How selfish of you. I never once lied to you. It's true that Alice and I both had high fevers and that we went to the hospital together in desperation. I can't tell you how hard it was for me.
So where have you been all this time?
I guess you'll find out soon enough.
Huh?
Anyway, I'm not going to live with you anymore. I hope you'll get your stuff out of storage as soon as possible. Oh yeah, I left the keys to the storage place with your father.
Huh? My father? Why would you leave them with my father?
Okay, bye.
Wait a minute, Teresa.
Teresa, what's this all about? Greg told me. Is it true that you rented out the house? Yes, it is. The house is in my name, so I'm free to do whatever I want with it. I thought Greg bought this house. That's what I heard. Please don't joke. How can you buy a house with Greg's income? Huh? Because Greg is a genius who changed jobs to a famous company and became a department manager at an exceptionally fast pace. Isn't that a mistake? Huh? Greg is just an ordinary company employee. His place of employment is not a famous company or anything. He earns so little that it's not even enough for 3 people to live for a month. So I was going to leave Alice at daycare and go back to work. But now that we have decided to get divorced, I will be able to rest a little more slowly. And from now on, I'll have rent income coming in too. What? It seems that you love your son too much to see the truth. Even this trip to France was paid for with all of our joint savings. He must have wanted to impress you and said, "I'll pay for it." What? He said it was a present for his mother, who has always been so kind to him. Where is he going to get that kind of money when his income is barely enough to live on for a month? How could you believe that? I'm going to ask Greg to pay back what he spent later. What do you mean? I guess you'll find out soon enough. Anyway, you can't live with Greg in that house. Please go back to your own house quietly, mother-in-law. Huh? Hold on, Teresa.
Hey, you're stressing out my mom, aren't you? What are you trying to do? You're giving mom a hard time. Take responsibility.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
You told Dad something he didn't want to hear, didn't you? Mom told me they're getting a divorce.
Well, that's just great. She was supposed to move in with you, right? Why don't you and your mother just get along and live together from now on?
Don't be silly. You drove my parents to divorce. I won't forgive you. What did you do?
I was kicked out of my house with a fever. I was about to collapse at any moment, but I fought back and went to my in-laws' house with Alice. I was closer to my in-laws than to my parents' house, and your father helped me.
What?
What am I supposed to do in that situation? I had no choice but to rely on my father-in-law. At that time, I told him everything that had happened. Your father had been suspicious of your mother's behavior for some time.
What do you mean?
She talks about you every day. She talked as if you were going to live together in the future. He also noticed that you've been spending money very irresponsibly lately.
Dad said that?
Yeah. Well, she bought a big suitcase. He thought you were planning to do something bad. Just then, Alice and I came in, limp with a high fever, and it seemed to hit him. And he was furious.
No way.
He never dreamed in his wildest dreams that you guys were doing such terrible things. He also said he couldn't tolerate having such insane people in the family. So I'm convinced that's why he was thinking about divorce.
You think it's someone else's problem? What are you going to do about your mother-in-law's future?
Well, she's going to live with you, right?
That's assuming we have a house. Now that you've even taken the house away from us, That changes the story, doesn't it?
I don't know that. It's nothing to do with me. You guys just planned it yourselves. Besides, did you get the keys to the storage place and the divorce papers from your father?
Yeah. I told you I'm not getting a divorce. I'll keep these divorce papers.
Me and Alice are no longer anything to do with you. Fill out your part and submit it to the city hall.
I don't want to. I'm not getting a divorce. How am I supposed to live without a house and divorced?
I don't know. Why don't you just take your poor mom in and live on your own?
Don't be silly. I'm serious.
I'm serious too. I will never get back together with you. If you insist on not filing divorce papers, I will hire a lawyer to fight it.
If you can do it, do it. You can't raise a child on your own, can you? You're definitely going to need my help. You're just bluffing.
That's not true. I'm going to be in full charge of the company my father used to run, so I'm going to be fine.
Huh?
Until Alice was born and I was able to take care of the baby, I just left it to my mother. But it seems that even my mother is having a hard time. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but after the divorce, I decided to move back to my parents' house. I'm thinking of running the company in earnest. My mother will take care of Alice, so I'll be fine. I don't have to worry about money.
Huh? Does that mean you're going to be the president? I thought your mother was going to take over your father's company.
I thought so too, but my mother became feeble with age. She's been asking me to do it for a long time. I've been thinking about asking you, and I'm glad I didn't. It was right before you and your mom turned on me.
Oh no, did I miss my chance?
That's what it comes down to. You deserve what you get. Your father agreed with me. After the fever broke, I went back to my parents' house.
Wait a minute. I'm not getting a divorce.
I'm ready to get a divorce. I've already asked for a lawyer, so if you insist, I'll talk to you through my lawyer from here on out.
You're kidding, right? I can't even see you and Alice anymore?
Of course not. I don't even want you to see her. I don't want Alice to call someone like you her father. So from now on, don't ever come near us again.
Teresa, I'm sorry. From now on, I'll change my mind and do everything for you guys, so please reconsider.
It's too late. I will never forgive what you and your mother did.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'll apologize as many times as I have to, so don't abandon me. Please, Teresa.
I'm afraid we're going to go on a loop at this point. I'll leave the rest to my lawyer. Well then, please live happily with your mother.
Teresa, wait!
After that, Greg was very stubborn, but thanks to the lawyer, the divorce somehow went through without a hitch. Greg had spent all of our joint savings, which was subject to property division. We decided to have Greg repay that amount and pay child support. On the other hand, my mother-in-law was divorced without any questions asked. Having seen my father-in-law's rage, I can understand why. Because my mother-in-law had also spent a great deal of the family savings, she was left with very little in the way of property. I heard that they are now living shoulder to shoulder in a shabby one-room apartment after hitting rock bottom. However, Greg has enough money to live on because he has to repay the debt and pay child support. My ex-mother-in-law is working part-time to make ends meet. Well, isn't it nice that they are living together, which was her long-hoped-for wish? I left my daughter with my mother and went back to work in earnest. I am determined to do my best so that I can make the company that my father has been protecting a success.
Sally, I need to talk to you about something.
What's the matter?
Mom's been asking me about it, and I've been debating whether or not to tell you, but...
What is it about? Don't be so presumptuous and tell me already.
She's been begging me for months. Mom insists on moving in with us.
Moving in?
Mom's been living alone since Dad died. That's why she's worried about her future.
I don't know how your mother feels, but I don't like the idea of moving in with her. I think it's better to live alone while she is still healthy.
You think so?
But you're worried about her, right?
I guess so.
How about asking her to move into an apartment nearby?
Apartment nearby?
Yeah, that way you can see her from time to time when you're free. By doing that, we wouldn't have to worry about each other, would we?
But Mom wants to move in with us. I don't know if I can convince her to move to an apartment nearby.
It's your job to convince her. Anyway, let me be honest with you.
What is it?
The first time we met each other, your mother stepped on my foot.
Seriously? I think she just stepped on your foot by mistake.
No, I think she did it on purpose. She was whispering to me that I took her precious son away from her.
I think you didn't hear her correctly at that time.
I don't think so. I'm very sure that your mother didn't think well of me.
That's not true. Well, maybe Mom was jealous of you when we met, but she's not like that now.
Really? Considering what she did to me when we first met, I don't think she has changed. I still don't like the idea of her living with us.
I think you're just being paranoid. Even if that were the case, I'll take care of it. I'm your husband. Husbands are supposed to protect their wives, even if the opponent is my own mother.
Are you sure? I'll think about it if you say that much.
Thanks. I'm sorry if I'm giving you a hard time with Mom because I'm an only child. Sally, I got a message from Mom again.
What did she say?
She said you kicked her out of the house every day for cleaning. What the hell are you doing to my mom?
Huh? I don't remember that at all. Well, I'd rather have her go outside than just lie down in the living room watching TV. But I didn't kick her out of the house.
Mom was so depressed. She said it's hard to live together since you're bullying her every day.
What? That's my line.
Now that we're living together, you'd better take good care of Mom.
How can you say that? I never agreed to live together with your mother. I said I'd think about it, and then, the next Sunday, you forced her to move in with us.
What do you mean, forced? You need to consider my feelings since Mom's been telling me that she's lonely every day. If you were in my shoes, would you still let her live alone?
I wouldn't do that.
See? Then be nicer to Mom.
But
what now?
your mother is very mean, and she's a liar too.
Huh?
She hides my favorite shoes when she knows I'm going out. When I'm at home, she adds more garbage. She put a lot of dirty dishes, and because of that, the sink is full. I put up with her a lot. You just don't know about that.
That's because you're not nice to Mom, so she decided to take a revenge on you by doing some mean things.
Is it my fault? Your mother is a jerk, but you want me to put up with it?
No one said anything about that. Why can't you understand? I'm just asking you to be nicer to Mom.
You don't trust anything I say at all. Your mother is always right, and I'm always wrong. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
Of course not. You just misunderstood everything I said.
I thought husbands were supposed to protect their wives well, but looks like I was wrong. Gavin, can I have a word? Your mother went out and didn't come back. Do you have any idea where she went? She usually watches the news before dinner.
Mom called me while crying just now.
What? What did she say?
She said you told her to go to a department store in town to buy some fruit.
Huh? For what?
I don't know. You told her, didn't you? But it's too heavy for her to carry home by herself, so she asked me to do something about it.
I don't remember asking her to do the shopping. She's lying. She told me that she's going shopping, then she left.
Then why is she in town? You're the one who ordered her to do so, weren't you?
I didn't say that. I wonder why she ended up in that situation.
Stop making lame excuses. I've had enough.
I really didn't ask her to do the shopping. I think your mother is telling lies as usual.
Stop blaming my mother.
Are you telling me that you don't believe me? You said you'd protect me even if the opponent is your mother.
How can I believe anything said by someone who is always bullying my mother? Your behavior is terrible, and there's no way I can protect you.
I didn't bully her. I did what your mother told me to do. If you call that bullying, what am I supposed to do then?
I don't know. Then why is Mom crying and calling me?
That's what I want to ask. What on earth is going on?
I had no idea you were such a blatant liar. I'm disillusioned.
Why don't you believe me? You're my husband. Can't you trust your wife?
Don't make Mom cry.
What?
I won't forgive you if you make Mom cry again.
What a mama's boy.
What did you say?
You don't believe or listen to anything I told you, but only accept what your mother told you.
Don't talk so big. You're just a housewife.
I beg your pardon? I'm not your housekeeper or servant. I deserve to be treated fairly.
You're overreacting every time. Mom would never bully my wife.
There you go again, mama's boy.
What the hell? I won't forgive you if you say anything more.
I don't care what you say, I'm telling the truth.
Anyway, take care of Mom more seriously, will you? Hey, looks like you did it again. I just heard from Mom.
About what?
She asked you to make her some tea. You put boiling water in her teacup and she didn't realize that. When she held the teacup, it was so hot it almost overflowed.
What? That's impossible.
She was about to let go of it because it was too hot, but you slapped her hand. She said she spilled some and her hand got a little burned. That's the worst thing you could do to my mom. I really can't believe you dared to do that. Do you really enjoy bullying an elderly woman so much?
Why do you only believe what your mother told you?
Huh?
Use your common sense. Do you think I would do such a thing? It's not right to give someone a teacup full of boiling water, is it?
That's why I'm scolding you since you're not behaving properly. Don't complain if I divorce you.
What? It's all your mother's lies.
Why are you still talking like that? How long are you going to continue calling my mother a liar?
Then let me ask you, how can you be so sure she's not lying? How could you possibly know who is lying and who isn't?
Well, my mom raised me since I was a little kid. Of course I believe her. You should apologize to her.
Why should I?
You're one-sidedly hurting her, aren't you?
What are you talking about? I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do.
How dare you say that? I have proof.
Proof?
Mom sent me a picture of her burns. I saw how red and swollen it was.
Maybe she picked that up somewhere from the internet. How could she get burned if I didn't serve her boiling water?
When did you start to become such a jerk?
I haven't changed at all. It's just that ever since I started living with your mother, I just can't get you to believe what I'm saying. You don't believe a word I say, do you?
I told you, my mom doesn't tell lies. You're the one who's lying.
Are you serious about that?
I'm serious. Your bullying of my mother was so severe, I was thinking of divorcing you.
Divorce? Are you sure about that? You really don't believe me?
How can I believe you when you let my own mother get her hand burnt? I'll leave the divorce papers on the kitchen table. Fill it out and get out of that house. I no longer accept you as my wife.
So you're serious about the divorce? You think that everything is my fault?
That's right. You do all kinds of unbelievable things. You deserve to be divorced.
I understand. For me, the days after your mother moved in together were living hell. Your mother lied to me every day. You heard her lies and then you blame me. With all this unreasonableness, there's no point in living together anymore.
What's with that tone of voice? You deserve to be blamed.
I see. So that's what you think. I don't remember doing a single thing your mother said to you.
I don't need excuses. Anyway, before you hurt my mother again, get out of the house as soon as possible. Sally?
What is it?
You haven't filed for divorce yet, right?
I'm filing it right now.
What? Wait a minute.
Why? It's what you and your mother wanted, right? I just thought I'd file them as soon as possible.
If it's still pending, it's not too late, right?
What do you mean?
Go cancel it now.
I don't want to. Why should I cancel our divorce? Because you're the one who initiated it.
I'm the one who's calling for the divorce to be annulled. You should be happy about that.
I'm not happy at all.
What do you mean by that?
You're the only one who didn't believe in me. I never thought you would treat me so badly. To be honest, I'm relieved. But why are you asking me to cancel the submission?
Because Mom told me the truth.
Oh, really?
Everything she's been telling me is a lie. You didn't do anything wrong. She told me that it was her who was bullying you.
I wonder why she suddenly changed her attitude.
She didn't think we'd get divorced because of what she did. She thought she could get my attention by telling lies about you. So she was pretending that she was the one being snubbed. That's very typical of Mom.
No, it's just selfishness. You never thought about how it would make me feel, did you?
What kind of harassment did you get?
You want to hear about that?
Yes. Let me apologize for what I did to you.
I wasn't allowed to have breakfast.
Huh?
She said not to waste time to eat because there's a lot of housework to do in the morning.
Seriously?
Then, I was told to walk to the store for supper every day for exercise. She doesn't care if I have to carry a heavy load of rice, liquid soap, etc.
Did she tell you to do that?
Besides, just because we don't have any children yet, there were days when she would smack me hard on the head. Isn't that what you call violence?
You're kidding, right? Mom would never do such a thing.
I know, right? You think it's a lie, don't you? But it's true. She's been bullying me while you're out for work.
Oh no.
I made dinner, but your mother threw them in the trash because she said that it tasted bad. She dropped all the laundry I hung out to dry and made me redo it. She also threw my blanket in the rain. But you still didn't believe a word I said to you. I pleaded with you over and over again, but you only believed your mother.
I'm sorry. I didn't know about that.
It's not that you didn't know. It's that you didn't want to know. I was treated less than a housekeeper by your mother. Since I agreed to live with her, I knew I had to take good care of her, and yet...
I didn't realize that.
But you didn't care about me, did you? The only thing that mattered to you was your mother. When you asked me for a divorce, I was so relieved.
Please, don't be so cold.
Of course I was relieved. I'm so relieved to get away from my daily life of slavery. That's why I won't cancel the submission of our divorce petition.
Wait. Mom insists she won't let us divorce. Will you reconsider?
Are you kidding? Your mother doesn't want you to get a divorce because she'll have no one left to treat like a housekeeper. It's not like she needs me.
I'll make sure Mom won't do any harm to you again, so please come back.
I don't believe you anymore, just like you never believed me. I don't care what you say.
Don't say that. If you don't come back, she's going to make me do all the housework. I can't do that.
That's not true.
Huh?
I could do it, so I'm sure that you could do it too. I'm just doing what your mother told me to do.
Because Mom wants me to prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you know? If I have to work, I have to get it done in the morning.
Well, if you don't do it, your mother will be in a bad mood, so you have to put it into practice.
Why do you talk as if it's somebody else's business?
Because I'm going to be a stranger to you guys from now.
I won't be able to do my job if I have to deal with Mom's selfishness. If you come back, I can continue to work as before. Then our life will be stable. Hey, please reconsider.
I don't know anything about your family's financial situation.
If I can't work, I won't be able to support my mother.
Why don't you just tell that to your mother honestly? I don't care what you tell me.
Don't be so cold. It's faster to talk to you than it is to talk to Mom.
Huh? I'm not your slave. I have feelings too. I even have a limit for my patience. When you asked me for a divorce, I knew this was my limit, so I can't go back there.
You're abandoning me? What a cruel woman.
Huh? You didn't believe me. That's why this happened, right? Don't be rude. I'm divorcing you anyway.
What about me and Mom?
What? Why don't you two just live happily as mother and son?
We don't get along well. When you left, she'd yell at me all the time.
I've been putting up with it all my life, but you wouldn't even listen to me. You should have gone through the humiliation I went through.
Don't say that. Help me, please. If you want, we can leave this house and live together.
Huh? Why did you put me through this? Think about the reason why you did it in the first place.
I've already forgotten that.
No woman will marry a mama's boy like you. So at best, you two will have to keep your wits and live together.
Sally, are you serious? Are you sure there's nothing you can do to cancel our divorce?
Not at all. Well then, please excuse me. After that, we were officially divorced. Gavin was insisting on filing for another marriage certificate until the very end. I'm glad my lawyer was able to persuade him. We filed for the division of property in a claim for damages against my mother-in-law, whom I could not forgive by any means. I recorded the daily harassment from my mother-in-law. I had audio recordings of her daily harassment from a fixed location out of sight and sound on my cell phone, which would be admissible. I had to do that to make me feel better. Gavin had to juggle between work with housework, including daily meal preparation, cleaning, and laundry every day. He soon gave up and ran out of the house, never to return. I wonder where he is now. Gavin and his mother are no longer my concern, so they can live as they please. As for me, I have found a new job and I'm enjoying my single life. If a nice man who understands me properly comes along, I would like to think about marriage again. Gregory, can I have a word with you? I'm in a hurry.
What's wrong? It's almost time to get dressed, right?
Yeah, I forgot something. I missed the train. I'm sure I'll be on time, but I just thought I'd let you know.
Got it. I'm almost there. I'll just sit back and enjoy the time until you arrive. It's my last time as a bachelor.
Please do so. We finally made it to the wedding. It's been a long time to think about it.
That's right. Mom ruined our big wedding. I really feel sorry for you, and your parents too.
Gregory, today is our wedding day. We should be celebrating it together. Let's do our best.
I know. Anyway, I'll be waiting for you at the ceremony hall.
Yeah, I'll run from the station as fast as I can and make sure that I won't hurt myself.
You're the bride today, so be careful. Rachel, I need you to reply to me soon. I'm in big trouble.
What happened? You seem upset.
I'm panicking because I just got a message from my mom.
Huh? Why?
Apparently, she knows that today is our wedding day. She knows about everything. Ceremony hall, address, and even the starting hour.
How did she find out? Did you tell her?
Of course not. Why should I tell her after what she has done in the past?
I know. Then how did your mother know?
Well, she said she heard it from a friend of mine.
Didn't your friend already know what happened?
Yes, but there's one nasty guy.
Nasty guy? Who is he?
He said that families have to stay close no matter what. Parents, siblings, relatives, everyone has to give their blessing to the marriage. He was speaking passionately about his own theory. My mother was moved when she heard that.
Don't tell me that you invited him to your wedding.
Absolutely not. I didn't even have any intention to invite him.
Then how did he find out about our wedding?
Probably a friend from school who didn't know much about the situation accidentally leaked the information.
No way.
Not everyone knows the details of our marriage. You never know where rumors can come from. Rachel, I'm sorry for dragging you into this mess. According to my mom, she'll be at the lobby soon.
Oh no. What am I supposed to do? I want to make this wedding a success this time.
I know how you feel, Rachel. I'll take care of it. Just be very careful and go inside the ceremony hall.
Okay.
Hey, Rachel. Where are you? Reply to me right away.
Ebony, is that you? It's been a while.
I told you to leave my son, and now you're getting married to him? Can you please explain to me?
I never said anything about leaving Gregory. He feels the same way too.
I wonder why you're still so brazen. I talked it over with Gregory a year ago. He doesn't deserve a woman like you, Rachel. I told him to reconsider, that there are more suitable women out there. I told him I'd help him find someone to marry. And then, he didn't contact me after that. What a carefree son. Well, I guess that means he has a good life, right? Just when I was getting worried, I got a call from his friend. He told me that you guys are getting married. I was so surprised when I heard that. I would never allow such a thing.
Ebony, Gregory and I love each other with all our hearts. Besides, we respect each other too. I don't think I can live without him.
It's filthy to say that you love each other. You will never speak to me like that again.
We would have been married a year ago, but you ruined it.
What did you say? How dare you talk to me like that? It's because you tried to take Gregory away from me. I just wanted to protect my beloved son.
You know what? Gregory said that he wants to decide the person he wants to get married to by himself. And he said that the person is me.
Stop telling lies. He would never say such a thing.
Didn't you listen to him? You just hated me unfairly. He also said that you're crazy that you tore up my wedding dress on our wedding day. I must say that I agree with him.
Crazy? Me? Stop insulting me. I couldn't stand by and watch my son being deceived by a woman like you. If I tore the wedding dress,
It would ruin the wedding. That's why I did it. I'm glad the wedding was cancelled at that time. Gregory said that he can't forgive you for what you've done. Huh? You're just as cocky as ever. I'm just telling you the truth. Gregory has cut ties with you, right? Cut ties with me? You better stop screwing around. I love him so much. Why should I cut ties with him? My son understands how much I love him. So stop lying. I'm not lying. Huh? If that's true, he's completely brainwashed by you. I should be the one to help him. Anyway, you must cancel today's wedding immediately. I will never approve of this marriage. No matter how many years go by, I won't change my mind. I'll be at the ceremony hall soon. Wait for me. I'll tear your wedding dress again. What? Wait a minute, Ebony. Hey, Rachel. What the heck is going on here? That fake wedding? Are you out of your mind? You're the one who planned that, weren't you? Do you really enjoy this kind of over-the-top harassment? Oh, Ebony. I was busy getting ready to go home and didn't notice your message. What do you mean by getting ready to go home? The wedding went without a hitch. I just finished cleaning up. What? Don't be silly. You just embarrassed me in public. You made me look as if I were some sort of moron. I heard about that. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. What? You ruined someone else's wedding, didn't you? What do you mean by that? It was a fake wedding you planned, right? The couple won't sue me for what I did. It's not a fake wedding. It was a bride and groom who were supposed to get married today, just like us. There's no need to play dumb. I know exactly what you're thinking. But I got a call from a friend of Gregory. He said that he misunderstood. He told you the wrong wedding venue. That's why he told Gregory to call the wedding venue right away. And Gregory took care of that. Huh? But you just went crazy at the entrance of the bride and groom. You ripped up the bride's wedding dress. You also cut the veil and almost cut the bride's hair. A friend of mine said she couldn't do anything when she saw you in that state. Also, she told me that you had a satisfied smile on your face. That's because I thought the bride was you. That woman was the bride you hired, wasn't she? I was disappointed to find out it wasn't you. No, I didn't hire her. I don't remember doing that. Then who was she? I don't know her either. She was supposed to get married the same day as us. She was sobbing hysterically. I heard that the groom and all the relatives were very upset. What? The wedding ceremony was ruined. Even the wedding dress was ripped off. No kidding. It's not a lie. The other party's entire family is suing you for what you did. Anyway, you haven't finished discussing it with them yet, have you? What do you mean by discussing? I don't know anything about that. What I did was self-defense. I don't understand. Self-defense against what? You were trying to take my son away from me. I wasn't just defending you from taking something that was important to me. No, that is not self-defense. You just ruined other people's weddings. You are the one who should be blamed here, don't you think so? What are you talking about? I'm not guilty. You went into the chapel, then you interfered with the ceremony. That constitutes the crime of obstructing a sermon. Also, since you cut up the wedding dress and veil, that would also be considered destruction of property. Oh no. In addition, since you pointed the scissors at the bride to cut up her dress, that's a violation of the Firearms Act. I shouldn't be blamed here. I only did it because I thought it was you. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone else. So, you don't think it would be a crime if it was me? That's not what I'm saying, but... A year ago, I didn't sue you for what you did. That's because you're Gregory's mother. No matter what, you're a mother to my future husband. I felt sorry for him if you get arrested. But not this time. You did that to a total stranger, so there will be no mercy. That's not my fault. It's all your fault. Because you tried to take away my precious son. Isn't that also a crime? Ebony, what are you talking about? Gregory and I love each other. Two people who love each other are getting married. How can it be a crime? What about Gregory? What is he doing? He's supposed to be helping me. Both me and Gregory have cut ties with you. Huh? That day, a year ago, both of us declared to you that we're going to cut ties with you, and we did. I didn't know anything about that. No one told me. So it must be your own delusion. I see. If you insist.
Mom, you've done a terrible thing.
Is that you, Gregory? You should convince Rachel. She's trying to put all the blame on me.
You're such a terrible person. You must be out of your mind.
Gregory, what are you talking about?
A year ago, I told you I'd decide who I'm going to marry myself. But you still insisted that you wouldn't approve. Then I told you that Rachel and I will never get involved with you again. Don't tell me that you forgot about that.
I put up with you for a year, didn't I? 1 year of patience is enough. That's why I did everything I could to stop Rachel from becoming your wife. And then, because Rachel was up to something nasty, I'm now in a sticky situation.
Mom, how long are you going to put the blame on Rachel? You know what? I'm not gonna help you. Go to jail or whatever. You should regret what you've done. And stay the hell away from me and Rachel. Don't even dare to text us.
That's what Gregory was saying, Ebony. We should have settled things with you earlier. What do you mean? Even though we said we cut ties with you, we're currently doing our best to run away from you. That's why things turned out this way. I think we need to fix this. That's right. I've been telling you for a while now that it wasn't my fault. I knew about what you did. Knew what? That you were harassing me and Gregory. I don't know what you're talking about. You dumped food scraps in front of our door. You also sent us rotten fruits and vegetables. And you made a lot of silent phone calls too. That's a false accusation. I don't think so. I saw you ran away from the small window at the front door. The boxes of packages sent to me were from a supermarket near your house. From the mute phone, I could hear the distant voice of the parrot you have at home. Well, it was you, right? I'm sorry. Please forgive me for what I did. So please, help me from getting sued by that family. I can't do that. Why not? I'm Gregory's mother. Actually, we're about to leave for overseas. Overseas? Are you going on a honeymoon? Well, in that case, I'll just have to wait until you get back to discuss it then. I'm afraid it's not possible. Why? Can't you see that I'm asking you sincerely? I'm supposed to go overseas on business with Gregory. I don't think we'll be back for at least 5 years. What? I didn't know about that. Why should we tell you? You're a stranger to us. Besides, we had the company wait until today for the overseas assignment. Oh no. Are you guys going to abandon me? We already cut ties with you, Ebony. Gregory just told you that, didn't he? It's none of your business. Gregory also said he's going to pretend he doesn't have a mother. I'm sorry, but you're the one who made him feel that way. It can't be helped. No way. That's a lie. Gregory would never say such a thing. Besides, I didn't do anything wrong. Once again, I need to talk to Gregory. If I explain to him properly, he'll understand. I'm sorry, but Gregory doesn't even want to talk with you anymore. He said he'll change his number when we arrive overseas. Besides, he also said that he won't even contact you for the rest of his life. Oh no. Gregory, please don't leave me. You refuse to let Gregory get married to me just because you hate me. You also ruined our wedding. He said that it's better for him to have no mother than to admit you as his mother.
Gregory would never say such a thing. I knew it. He's been brainwashed by you. You must do something about it. Convince him. If you convince him, he'll do something to help me.
I can't. I love Gregory because he protects me with all his might. I love him with all my heart. From now on, I can finally live together with him as husband and wife. And yet, there's no way I'll be able to convince him to forgive you, who brought misfortune to us.
Rachel, please don't say such a terrible thing. Please, help me.
I don't want to. You're the one who's terrible. You have ruined 2 weddings. Anyway, we need to leave, so let's end our conversation here. I hope you will atone for your sins. Farewell.
Wait! Rachel, don't abandon me!
After that, me and Gregory fled overseas for the time being. But to be honest, it was just an overseas business trip. I asked Gregory's boss to let him extend the business. So in the end, we were able to extend the overseas business trip and combined it with our honeymoon. Since then, Ebony was charged a lot of money from both families whose wedding was ruined. She had to pay for the wedding venue, dress, and a whole lot more. Her husband was completely disgusted with her, and he asked her for a divorce since he said that he doesn't want to help such a heartless person like Ebony. Ebony left the house in tears and found a live-in job. She is working from morning till night just to pay back the alimony. She deserves that anyway. When Gregory and I returned from our honeymoon, we found out that I was pregnant. We are now living a peaceful life while preparing baby items for our unborn child. After the baby is born, we're planning to visit my father-in-law.
Hey, Tom.
What's up? You at work right now, right?
Yes, but I'm on my lunch break. Are you at home now?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Your mother gave me a hard time again this morning.
Huh?
She told me to do the housework because she didn't like the way I did. She also told me to make lunch for her, use a high-grade detergent for laundry, come home early once in a while and cook dinner, clean the bathroom before I go to work, go grocery shopping every day, and keep the refrigerator well stocked, and on and on. She was hysterical all morning.
She must be under a lot of stress.
What are you talking about? I'm going to be neurotic if she starts hysterical like that in the morning. No matter how I think about it, it just seems like she's harassing me, don't you think?
Don't be ridiculous.
It was her wish to live with us, remember? Just because she has been feeling lonely since her husband passed away, there's no reason to get hysterical like that.
She's just lonely and sad, so just be nice to her.
Even if I wanted to be nice to her, I wouldn't feel like it if she keeps harassing me every day.
Then why don't you just let her say whatever she wants?
How am I supposed to do that when she keeps going on and on? Besides, why are you at home anyway?
Why? It's my apartment, and this is where I live, you know?
That's not what I'm talking about. You quit your job 5 months ago without consulting me.
We're done talking about that.
It's not over. You still haven't found a new job. What the hell are you doing?
I'm looking for a job. I just haven't found the right job for me. I'm waiting for a chance to get a perfect job for me.
What? We have your mother to take care of, which means we have to pay for her food. And on top of that, she's asking me for an allowance. We need the money now more than ever.
I understand. I'm looking for a job, so stop nagging about it.
I'm going to have a nervous breakdown if you keep bringing it up. How dare you keep pushing me to do all these things? Since you're at home anyway, why don't you do what she says? Huh? At least do the housework and take care of your mother. Why do I have to do that? Well, let me ask you, are you willing to work? Of course I am. I'm going to get a job this time and make things easier for you. So can you give me an allowance? Huh? Are you still saying that again at this point? Even though I'm unemployed, I still need some money. You've been hanging around at home all this time. What are you going to spend it on? Tell me. Well, there's a lot of things. It's just horse races and some beer, right? Why don't you get serious about finding a job when you have time to play around? I just told you that we need money. Oh, you're so persistent. Persistent? I work hard and do all the housework for you and your mother. Can't you at least show a little gratitude? What do you and your mother think of me? Okay, that's enough. Hey, Emma, you're coming home early today, right? I can't say until I go to work. It depends on the work situation. Depends on the work situation? You don't do much work, so don't talk so big about it. Tom and I don't even have a regular dinner time because you come home at different times. For the sake of my health, I need you to make it on time, okay? That's why I keep the fridge stocked with so much food. You asked me to do that, right? Huh? I'm fine with it, but don't you feel sorry for Tom if he gets hungry? But he is unemployed right now. I think he can at least cook dinner by himself, so you don't have to worry so much. Huh? Are you going to neglect your husband and prioritize work? I really can't believe it. But I have to work since he is unemployed. Please understand that I'm not working this hard because I want to. Then what? Are you saying that Tom is the bad guy here? It's not like that, but as you can imagine, being unemployed for 5 months would affect our finances. There is a limit to what 3 adults can do with only one source of income. You make it sound like it's our fault. You're being so rude to us. Why did Tom marry someone like you? Emma, are you home yet? I'm still at work. I think I'm almost done. Huh? Then it'll be at least an hour before you get home. I guess so. But if I don't get this done, I'll have to work late tomorrow. Mom's pissed that there's no dinner. What? She says you always put work first. What's that? Who do you think I work so hard for? I work so hard, and then I come home and do all the housework. I'm told to do one thing after another, and if I'm even a little late, I'm yelled at every day. Tom, I told you the other day you're unemployed, so help me with something. Huh? I'm a man, so I don't have to do anything at home. You're unemployed, right? How can you say that when you haven't even had a job for 5 months? I'm the only one who's having a hard time. That's why I lost 10 pounds. Do you know how hard I have to work every day? Yes, I get it. Don't need any more of your nagging. Excuse me? Forget about dinner. Mom said she'd buy me some Chinese, so I'm going to go eat something delicious. It's much better than your cooking. Huh? Emma, I heard you're sarcastic to Tom every day, that you keep telling him to get a job soon or something. Of course I'm telling him to get a job. It's already been 5 months since he's been unemployed. You want him to help with the housework, cook dinner, or do something to help you out. He doesn't stay home because he wants to, you know? He's waiting to find a job he's happy with. Why can't you understand that? If we have enough savings, I would wait too. But if he just slacks around while we're having financial difficulty, I have to tell him to get a job as soon as possible.
It's a tragedy that my son is married to such a horrible woman. I should give him some advice already.
About what?
Get rid of such a trashy wife.
Huh. Trashy wife? How could you say that?
What's with that cocky way of talking? That's not how you're supposed to talk to your mother-in-law. You need to watch your mouth. Or is this how it is with all women who are preoccupied with their work? Bragging about how hard you're working, but don't care about your family. Why can't you be more supportive?
Don't care about my family? Aren't you talking about your son?
What?
No matter how much I tell him, he doesn't listen. No matter how hard a time I'm having, he says it's none of his business. He is exactly the kind of husband who doesn't care about his wife.
You are very cocky today. Are you trying to challenge me or Tom? I didn't think you were such a cocky woman. I feel more and more sorry for him.
Oh my goodness.
In the first place, I'm the most important person in this house. Tom is next, and you're the lowest. If you don't shut up and do what I say, I'll have you divorce Tom. Please keep that in mind.
Fine, then I will divorce him. I don't care about the scum mother and son like you anymore.
What? Did you lose your mind when you heard the word divorce? I'll really get you a divorce, you know.
Sure, go ahead. Make my day. People work hard for their wages and then they do whatever they want with it. I'm the only one who has to take care of the housework, and you two are just playing around every day. This is ridiculous.
Wait, Emma.
I don't want a scum like you or Tom. I'm divorcing him.
Emma, do you even know what you're talking about?
Of course I do. I feel very clear now.
What?
In the first place, do you guys understand the situation here? Tom is unemployed and has zero income, and you're only receiving a pension. And yet, you don't pay for any living expenses at home. Whose money do you think you are living on every month?
Isn't it from Tom's savings?
Huh? There's no way he has any savings. If he has any, he pours it into horse racing. He is always broke.
Is he really?
And yet, you call me a big shot? I'm not acting like a big shot. It's because if I don't work, we won't be able to live. I'm asked to do crazy shopping. I'm exhausted every day from all the work I do. And I don't know where he gets the money, but he eats out with you from time to time.
How did you know about that?
Your stupid son is voluntarily telling me everything. He sometimes says he's going out to eat something delicious with you.
He does?
Why am I working so hard every day? Is it worth doing it, even if it means losing 10 pounds of weight? Let me tell you something. We have been able to live a normal life without having to worry about money, only because I'm working. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Why are you saying all this?
If you think I'm going to stay quiet forever, you're mistaken. I'm a human being too. I have my limits.
What limits?
In the first place, it was you who asked us to let you live with us in this house, wasn't it? You said you would be lonely to live alone since your husband passed away. I told you that since we live in the same neighborhood, we could just go back and forth to each other's houses. But you insisted on moving in with us.
Oh, did I?
When I was thinking about it, you said you would take care of everything at home in exchange for moving in with us. You said you would do all the house chores and not worry about any of it. I made a mistake in believing those words.
That's a terrible thing to say. I'm your mother-in-law, so you're supposed to take care of me, right?
That's not what we agreed on, is it? When I said that it would be difficult to just live together as long as we're both working, you offered your own conditions, remember? I won't let you say you've forgotten. Besides, I'm disappointed in your son as well. What? He quit his job on his own without even consulting me. I can't believe that he has been unemployed for 5 months. As far as I can tell, he has no intention of working. I don't think so. He is just waiting to find a job that suits him. Isn't that what he said the other day? Even though we're struggling to make ends meet? Even though I'm working so hard? Even though I'm paying for all the living expenses? No matter how many times I tell him, he wouldn't listen to me. I'm really disgusted. Aren't you a little harsh on him? Whatever. I'll gladly divorce him. And then I'll be a stranger to both of you. It's my lunch break now, so I have some time now. I'm going to the city office right now to get the divorce papers. Wait a minute, Emma! Emma, about earlier, I think I went a little overboard. I haven't told Tom about the divorce yet. Can you pretend it never happened? No, it's fine as it is. What? I told you. I feel so good right now. I can finally get away from you guys. That's terrible, Emma. I'll have Tom fill out the divorce papers tonight, and I'll submit them to the city office tomorrow. So you guys need to pack up your stuff and leave the house tomorrow. What? Why do we have to leave? Tom bought this apartment, didn't he? You should be the one to leave. Please stop joking. Didn't you hear anything from him? Huh? I bought that apartment when I was single. Of course it's in my name too. That's why you and Tom are leaving. Your apartment? Yes. But if you're divorcing, there's something called property division, right? You should sell the apartment and get some cash, and Tom should get half of it. Don't you know anything about property division? What? Property division is applied to the property and assets we built together after marriage. The apartment was purchased by me before we got married, and our joint savings after marriage is almost zero, since he has put it all into horse racing. Huh? Therefore, please be aware that there will be no property division. Wait a minute, then where are we supposed to go? Why don't you just go back to your house and live together? There isn't any... Huh? I don't have that house anymore. Why not? Tom told me to sell it and save the money for our future. So, you have some savings from the house, right? Since he arranged everything, I thought it was you who was watching the money. I've never heard of or seen that money before. I've never even heard about selling your house. Then where's the money? It's probably gone to his horse racing. But you must have benefited from it a little too, didn't you? Sometimes he gives me a little money. Oh, so you were fooled by that little allowance, weren't you? In the first place, how could he afford to give you an allowance when he doesn't even have a job? It's not that hard to figure out. Oh no. Emma, please, don't kick us out. If you want to divorce Tom, that's fine. But please let us keep living here. Huh? I don't understand. I have no intention of living with a scum like you and your son. Please leave by the end of tomorrow. I'm not going to have you guys in my apartment ever. Don't be so cold. Life without you will be lonely again. So please continue your life with me. No. That's not going to happen when we're going to be strangers. There's just no way. I don't want to see you guys anymore. Please get out of my apartment tomorrow. Emma, don't abandon us. If I see you or Tom tomorrow when I get home from work, I will call the police right away. So please be gone by tomorrow. That's not going to happen. We have lived together as a family. Let's continue to live together and help each other. Don't play with me, you scumbags. After that, they left the apartment together. Tom was surprised that his mother and I had discussed divorce on our own, but he couldn't say anything back. I don't trust people who can't take action and can't speak for themselves. They rented an old wooden apartment in the outskirts of town, using 1 month's worth of his mother's pension. Tom then started looking for a job in a hurry. But he couldn't get a job, perhaps because they were suspicious of his 5-month blank period. I heard that he now has no choice but to start working part-time as a manual laborer to earn money for living expenses. He works day and night and is exhausted every day. His mother has also started working part-time. Tom can't go to his favorite horse race, and his mother is stressed out because she can't do her own shopping. I am enjoying living alone in my own apartment. I realize that it is such a spacious property. I'm going to work hard for a while to save up my savings that were used up by them.
Grace, are you home today? Hello, Olivia. Yes, I was just about to cook dinner. Oh, then great. What is it? I'm thinking of going over there today. What? You have a plan with my husband? I'm not allowed to go if I don't have a plan? No, it's not that. I didn't make any plans, but I just wanted to see my brother. Huh? I've been taking care of him ever since he was little. He's a fine adult now, but he used to be so shy. I had to give him a lot of help. Well, that's one of the cutest things about him, though. Oh, and? And? Of course I'm going to enjoy chatting with him. What's wrong with a sister going to see her brother? No, nothing's wrong. Right? And, by the way, I want you to cook my dinner too. Huh? You're gonna have dinner too? What's with that tone? You think it's too much trouble? No, I wouldn't think that. It's already evening, so of course I'm going to eat. I mean, isn't it a wife's duty to ask if I would like to eat together? I guess so. You really are so inconsiderate. My brother will have a hard time with a wife like you. Anyway, I'm heading over there now. Make sure my dinner is ready. Okay. Of course, there will be dessert after dinner, right? I must have dessert. No, there's no dessert. I don't think I'll have time to go shopping. I'll focus on cooking delicious food instead of it. Huh? Are you trying to go against me? What's with the delicious food? You're a terrible cook. You don't have to say such horrible things. Then, do as you're told, understood? Yes, ma'am. Are you almost done? It's gonna take a little longer. Why? I just got a call from your sister, saying she's coming over. Olivia? Oh, that's great. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while? We just met her at your parents' house a week ago. How much do you love her? What? You're jealous of her? What a jerk. It's not like that, and she told me to cook dinner for her. She's gonna eat dinner too? Awesome. Treat her as much as you can, okay? She's coming all the way to our house. I was told to prepare dessert after dinner. Oh right, she loves sweets. If that's what she wants, then do so. Hey, can you go buy some on your way home from work? What? Why me? I have to start cooking dinner now. I don't have time to go buy sweets. Isn't it because you're not efficient? You stay at home and live comfortably on my income, so you should at least do something about it. Living comfortably? It's not like I'm not chilling at home. I'm working. Your income doesn't even reach the amount of allowance, and you're being so arrogant only by having that job. Anyway, my sister said she'd come over, so do something about it. Wait, I didn't ask her to come. Huh? If you say something terrible to her, I won't forgive you. Okay, I understand. I'm wasting my time. I'll do something for your sister's sake. If you understand, don't ask me from the beginning. Grace, can I talk to you now? Good morning, Olivia. Thanks for dinner yesterday. You're welcome. But I would prefer to have a better food. What? You didn't like it? It's just that the food was kind of cheap, you know? Even though I'm your sister-in-law, I'm still a guest. I wish you would have used at least one of the high-grade foods. High-grade food? My husband's income is not enough to buy such a luxury food. Wow, surprising! You blame my brother for your bad cooking? I didn't say that. You're saying that his income isn't good enough to buy luxury foods, right? Well, that's true. I'm trying to cook with what we have. I feel sorry for him, blaming your poor cooking on his income. I told you that's not what I mean. Fine, Olivia, if you don't have anything from me, I need to go. It's not like I have much time now. You're just being lazy at home. How cocky. Did I leave any papers there yesterday? Oh, the brown envelope? Yes, I knew I left it. That document, it's for a meeting. It must be very important. I will keep it here. I need it for the meeting this afternoon, so can you bring it to the office right away? What? Now? Of course! I told you I'd use it this afternoon. You really are clumsy. Do you even understand what people are saying? I have a remote meeting today. I'm afraid I don't have time to bring it to your office. Huh? I don't care about your remote meeting. You should come right now. Hey, you know I'm working too. Work? Don't make me laugh. You're just being lazy at home. It's less than a part-time job anyway, right? That's not true. I don't care what you do, so just bring me the document. Don't tell me all of a sudden. You are my housekeeper, so all you have to do is follow my orders. I'm your housekeeper? That's right. Housekeepers are supposed to shut up and do as their employers say, right? I need you to bring the document to my office as soon as possible. If I don't get it in time, you take the responsibility. Got it? Can I talk to you for a second? What is it from the morning? I'm kind of busy getting ready for today. I'm even more busy. I got another text from your sister. What did she say? She wants me to bring her the meeting material she left at her house to the office right now. Oh, that? Why don't you just go bring it for her right now? If she's in trouble, then help her. You're not busy anyway, right? I'm working too, remember? I have a remote meeting in the morning. Can you talk to her about it? Huh? Comparing a job that doesn't even make any money and my sister's meeting? Which is more important? Of course, it's her meeting. What is that? I'm serious about my job too, you know? I can't do anything that would make my clients in trouble. Don't make me laugh. What's with the clients? Who are they? Your toy or something? A toy? I don't care about that. Shut up and bring her the document. What's wrong with you siblings? What? Your sister treated me like a housekeeper. She said a housekeeper should only do what she orders. That's not an option, is it? No option? You don't make enough money. You can't do the housework. You're an incompetent wife. You deserve to be called a housekeeper. I mean, you're no better than a housekeeper. How terrible. You never stand up for me, who is your wife. At least fulfill the duty as a housekeeper. Hey, aren't you my husband? Can't you be more considerate to your wife? It's not my fault. Are you misunderstanding something? It's obviously your fault. What? The food tastes bad. You try to make me go shopping on my way home from work. You don't listen to my sister's requests. You complain all the time. What part of this is not your fault? Don't be silly. You thought like that all this time? That's terrible. Of course. If you don't bring her the documents by the time, I'll reduce the amount of money I use for the household budget as punishment. Do you understand? Fine. Olivia, what on earth is going on? Oh, Grace, what is it without even saying hello? You're always rude. I heard that you told my husband to reduce the amount of money for living expenses he gives to me. What on earth are you up to? We can't live on this for a month. Oh, you don't understand. I thought you need to be penalized. Penalized? Why do I have to? Because, even though you're my housekeeper, you don't listen to me. And to top it all off, you complain a lot. Is that the reason? It's natural to complain, because you are so unreasonable. Plus, I am not your housekeeper. Are you still saying that? You always surprise me. How can you talk so cheekily when you're so incompetent? You'll never make my brother happy. That's why I gave you a penalty. That's too much. How can we live on such a small amount of money? What do you mean, a small amount of money? How can you call the money my brother worked so hard to earn a small amount? That kind of person has to be punished. He agreed with me. What? He agreed? Of course, he wouldn't oppose me, because you're an incompetent wife. Why did he marry someone like you? I feel sorry for him. You're going that far. You don't want us to live happily. No one said that. I want my brother to be happier than anyone else. That's why you need to be punished. Do you know how the sister feels when she is so thoughtful to her brother? I don't understand such things. I don't think we would understand each other no matter what, if you'll excuse me. Hey, how cocky are you? Hey, where are you? Oh, I'm at my sister's house. Why? You talked to her today, right? She's right. You're not fulfilling your duties as a wife at all, and your attitude towards her is cheeky. Therefore, I'm penalizing you. You guys are really crazy. What in the world have I done? First of all, we don't even have kids, and yet you don't work. You're spending your time being lazy at home, relying on my income. I work from home. How many times do I have to tell you? It's not even enough. You can't afford high-grade food, right? I don't think you have enough income. High-grade foods can't be afforded that often, you know? I'm trying my best to manage with the living expenses you give me. I've taken good care of those money. But if you lower the amount any further, it's gonna be tough. It's your fault. Huh? It's because you're too incompetent. You should be punished once and reconsider your behavior. If you don't like it, then we are divorcing. Enough. I understand. I'll divorce you right now. What? Are you sure? How are you going to live without any money? I can see you being miserable every day. It's none of your business. You left the divorce documents on the table because you wanted to, right? I'm going to turn in the paper. Is that okay? Of course it's fine. I'm happy when my incompetent wife is gone. Fine. Grace, how are you? It's me. Can I talk to you now? Don't text me over friendly. You're a stranger now. Don't be so cold. We used to be a couple. Stop it. I want to forget it. I want to get back together with you. I want to take back the divorce. No, I don't want to. Can you stop texting me? Actually, after you left, I lost my electricity and water and all the utilities. I bet. And finally, the apartment manager told me to leave. I'm sure he would. The manager didn't do anything wrong. You were behind on your rent, weren't you? And the electricity and water stopped because you didn't pay, huh? How do you know? I have no idea what's going on. Of course you don't. You've never managed the household finances. You've only complained about it, though. What do you mean? You only gave me $300 for living expenses and didn't pay anything else, right? I don't understand your nerve to think you can live like that. $300 is enough for a couple to live, right? Well, I might be able to manage just for food, but to live day by day, food expense is not enough. There are so many other things to pay for. That much? Of course. Our apartment was under my name since I was living there before I got married, so it was deducted from my account, but when we got divorced, I changed the account so that it would be deducted from yours. Why would you do that without permission? Isn't it obvious? We're divorced. Why would I pay? If you pay the rent, food, utilities, miscellaneous expenses, and insurance, I'm sure your small income won't cover all of it. I'm sure it couldn't be deducted. Then how have we been living? Are you an idiot? Huh? Of course, it's because I was paying. How the hell did you pay for it? There's no way you can pay if you're being lazy at home and not even going to work. Perhaps. Did you have a man pay for it? Don't be silly. I told you I was working. When you were sneaking around on your computer? I am working as a web designer, having business transactions with the clients. That's how I work. There was this teacher from the design firm I worked at before I got married, and she told me that I should continue to work from home because there are some clients who like my works. Is that so? I had a small number of clients at first, but one after another, clients introduced me to each other, and now I make money 3 times what you make. That's how we were able to make a living. You're kidding, right? Of course I was trying to save money and spend as little as possible. It wasn't easy with such a small living expenses. Then you and your sister treated me like a housekeeper without even listening to me. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know you made that much money. That's not the point. You siblings have a wrapped way of thinking. No matter how much money she doesn't make, would you treat your wife or sister-in-law as a housekeeper? That's because she told me to do so. It's not my will. So we can start over as a husband and wife, right? Stop it, you sissy boy. Sissy boy, that's too much. I'm just being honest. Now I believe you too. Hey, let's start over again. You've got to be kidding me. I never want to see your face again. Why would you say that? You never know when you would betray me. Sissy boys should be taken care of by your lovely sister, not me. Don't say that and help me out. I'm about to be kicked out from the apartment, you know. You can't pay the rent, right? Then it's natural to be kicked out. Why don't you rent your own apartment or move into your sister's house? It's none of my business anymore, so do as you like. Please, Grace, you're the only one I have. Olivia has a boyfriend now, and lately she hasn't been talking to me at all. I can't move in with her. Then find your own place to live. You're not a child. You can at least do that. Don't reach me anymore. You're going to abandon me? Don't you feel sorry for me? Not at all. I've been blamed so much until now, so it's rather refreshing. So don't contact me again. If you ever get close to me, I'll call the police. Remember that. Grace, you're lying, right? We've loved each other, remember? I can't talk to you. I'll block you right away. Well then, take care. The sycophantic man who was obeying his sister had no idea about our family budget. Except for the $300 he gave me for the living expenses, he spent almost all of his money on his sister. When I found out about it, I was stunned from the bottom of my heart. After Olivia got a boyfriend, Effie seemed to be spending all his money for himself without knowing why, and as a result, he had to address the debts. I was so stunned that I couldn't even say a word. I am so glad that I divorced such a man. After the divorce, I came back to the design firm where I used to work, instead of working from home. Working at the office is more exciting and I can get along with many people. Also, I can learn from teachers, so everything is good for me. Of course, I have enough income to live on my own, so I would like to enjoy single life in this style for a while.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!